I was at work, normal, busy morning, heading to I think my third patient. I stopped at a red light. I was listening to some music in my car. I had two cars in front of me. I saw the light turn green, but everybody hesitated, so I just didn't get off my brakes. Somewhere in between the car in front of me pulling off and me letting my foot off the brakes to go forward, I was rear-ended by a company vehicle. I was diagnosed with a concussion. I was diagnosed with 4 herniated discs in my lower back, 2 in my neck. I knew that I had a real problem. So I kept trying to work because that's what I do. I'm a nurse, so I really feel compelled to do my job. And in November of last year, I got up one morning and I heard a pop in my back, and as a result of all of the herniation and everything, one of the discs ruptured. I went to the ER at Baylor here in McKinney, and I met with a neurosurgeon that told me it was mandatory that I had to have surgery immediately, or I would probably end up losing my ability to walk. I had 360 lumbar fusion with 3 discs. I had 13 screws, 2 plates, and 2 rods inserted into my back. When I was in the hospital for those 13 days, this was just prior to COVID, so my kids were home by themselves. Although I had prepared, I thought, for my surgery, I bought groceries and different things. They sent food to my house for my kids, things that because I cook. My kids were able to kind of microwave and do things for themselves. They sent a host of groceries. Gilletta and other staff members, they checked on my kids. You know, they called them to make sure they were okay, make sure they didn't need anything. They checked on me while I was in the hospital to make sure I was comfortable. I had everything I needed at the hospital, because when I went through ER in pain, and that I kind of didn't have, I went in my pajamas. So they really helped out like that. The phone calls and the checking on my family, my 16-year-old and 14-year-old at home. So that was just amazing to me that they actually took the time to do those things. Well, my settlement is definitely life-changing. It was such a large amount, more than I could expect. With that, I've been able to free myself of debt, pay off my house, obtain a better, more reliable vehicle for my family, do some investing for long-term wealth for my children and my children's children. It has allowed me to set up a legacy of wealth for my children, and I'm grateful. I am so grateful for them for that. The negotiating and the way they fought for me on my behalf, it's amazing. Charlie is really good at what he does. He really is. He's a go-getter. I don't know what to call him, a bulldog. And in the end, everything worked out perfectly. I couldn't ask for a better situation.